same strategy on red side as they do on blue side. Targon prio the Sedge though,
Oh.
and that.
I will correct
What's up?
this. No, you keep going. I just made a mistake.
Yep. So Sejuani prioritize here. Pretty surprising because it's not something that we've seen Targon need to win their games, but they slam it here on blue one, and it's answered with Yorick Melio, and yeah, I mean spicy picks here to come out. The Yorick, we've seen clone on the Yorick throughout the season. It's been really oppressive. I've also played into it in some scrim games. It's a pain. So yeah, that's gonna be game warping, I think. Um, Targon pretty much counters the Melio with Nyla Taric. So Oregon back onto the Tarlic, a second game of Tarlic, but this time they're able to get the Nyla alongside it. So back to, again, this is kind of what we talked about in game one, where they're more comfortable playing like the specific lanes. So the Nyla Taric is the lane that they played, right? And hopefully they instead of the Lucian, I didn't think anything was wrong with the Lucian, but maybe just going back to this duo will bring them some comfort.
Yeah, it's a powerful
Yeah,
combination. Sorry, go ahead, Basoon.
no worries. And I think we are seeing, we mentioned that your pick of, I think this time Targon noticed the trap phase of who was going where, because, those first three bans definitely targeted of the Shaco and the Clone, which we saw in the first game, but then still the Mundo and Yasuo, which are very much known as picks that Starling likes to play. And so now we're seeing, immediately the Yorick, just the confirmation of, yep, this is probably Clone going to be in the jungle with the back to the more Enchanter Emilio, and then we are seeing that Kaisa pick for Agateo. Like we mentioned in the matchup, he has piloted it a couple times this season and won on it, but he was definitely much more infamous on it in season 2, where he piloted it much more frequently. So I'm very excited to see that come back to the Rift, and I am also excited to see the Nyla pairing. It's when Nyla's W with the auto attack blocking makes it much more effective at being that deliverer of the stun, because she can go in, apply that stun, and then shield herself afterward from all damage and just be this in-your-face AD carry who doesn't care about what you're doing to her with his Tarek attached.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a potential for a really volatile lane. Nyla's level 4 fight is so strong with the XP passive, so and Kai'Sa and Melio probably won't be fully online at that point. So could be a chance for a little 2v2 kill in lane. But let's look at the bans that came through afterwards. Aurelia and Volibear and Ornn and Malphite. We got some top lane respect being thrown down from both of these teams. Karpewski, again, that crazy Ornn game in game one, really like came back after being early pressured to, whew, great game one performance. So he'll have to play something else this game, and it looks like he went with old trusty, the Nautilus top lane.
Choosing to use reserve their counter pick for the mid lane, they go for the Nautilus top blind, and the immediate answer is this set. So just gonna duke it out in the top side, anchor to fist.
Yeah, and Lux for Minty is secured here, but the set is really shocking, right, Bassoon? I mean, we haven't seen
Yeah.
Chapel's pick set all season.
Not at all. Yeah, this is a first-time set for Chaffles. Now, set has been very popular in the LCC as a whole, but it is a newer one for Chaffles. Now, set is absolutely a very powerful champion. He has 2 solid targets thus far in the draft with the Yorick and the Nautilus to just grab them and slam them on top of this Kaisa and Melio to just keep the team bundled together. And that even will help set up follow-up from things like the Taric, the Nyla ultimate, the Lux ultimate. So I think it can have a lot of value in this game.
Yeah, we can also use it to try
excited
to
to
carry
see it.
Fizz out of the fight and just look for angles. I'm really looking to see if we can find this Nyla ultimate into the set Haymaker or a suplex down on top of it. Ooh, I think there's some flashy plays both these teams can look to make. Eyes are going to be on Clone in the jungle. Where is he going to path with this Yorick? How is this clears going to look? And is this what Sejuani takeaway for Targon going to be sufficient after... they give it up, I would say, take it in the draft almost exclusively to take away from Karpewski with a first pick on it.
Yeah, this when I think of Aztec, I don't think of Sejuani, so I have a little bit of hesitation here. I do think that I see what their team fight does. I like the Lux Sejuani kind of combo in order to just single target, pick somebody off. But Fizz with the playful trickster, Kaisa with the ability to dodge out. Yeah, I think, I mean, the Fizz also, we haven't really even talked about this pick. This is a LCC first Fizz. This is the
Yes.
first time in 3 years we've seen this, the fish.
Yeah.
Absolutely, a complete debut, and it's also a pick that I have heard a lot of players in the LCC talk about how Fizz might be an absolutely dominant champion in this league because so many of our mid laners favor those caster champions. We don't see a lot of Yasuo or Zeds in the mid lane. We're mostly seeing things like Lux, like Victor, like Aurelion Sol. And so seeing this Fizz come out in the playoffs, I am very excited to see how it's going to be piloted.
Yeah,
And we are ready to go with game number 2. Here we go. All right, so it was pretty much a 5-point at first level. Clone did walk in and get a little bit of poke down a little bit early on, but this time Targon with an adaptation to the strategy, and they've got a level 1 designed here. They're gonna be going topside. Will Karpewski see this? I doubt he will expect it as Shaffles is in, and they could look for the play. Oh, a beautiful facebreaker will land, and this is going to be first blood, but it goes over to a Regan. No, Targon.
Typical support player stealing the gold. And still a nice play. It is not nothing, but really,
I will say, look at Crispy.
No items for Crispy.
Had no items.
So he was trying to save up for a big buy there.
That's honestly bad. Well, you think so? You think that's what he was doing?
No, I don't.
That's it.
Okay. I was trying to give him a little bit of leeway. Still getting to reset by that Doran's. I mean, there's not really much you could buy. You would have to wait then to pick up the rest for.
It's fair, but that being said, the fact that they went for that level 1 does mean that he is able to buy his items, and there's no punish to it. So, good play there from Targon. I like it. I like the level 1. I like the different play, and it's a topside look too.
Yeah, wards or topside start for Clone and Aztec, so going to be clear into the bot side, moving down. Minty Bun looking for a trade.
Playful Trickster level 1. I like that. Dodge out that bind early. Starling already getting aggressive in the lane.
Mid lane's definitely going to be one to watch. These first 3 levels are traditionally difficult for the melee side of the matchup. So if Starling is able to keep their HP high during this phase, and then there's a lot of openings to be able to dive in once you have that full kit available to you. Still looking for trades early on. Level 2 coming through.
Look at
dropping quite low.
Oh my gosh, Starling is so much damage. Did not take Ignite though, but still might be able to find something. Minty will have to back. Oh my gosh, and they're brawling top lane too. Holy, they are not holding back in game 2. They're already at each other's throats. It's gonna be another bloody one.
Minty trying to hold now mid, dropping both of the potions and staying in the wave, but the lane is pushing away from the blue side. So it's going to be difficult to recover this position.
Aztec, an early gank topside. The flash in, the Arctic Assault will land. The passive is there, and it's another kill going over. That's one more. It's Shaffles picks that one up, but it's already 2-0 as Targon takes the early lead, and Aztec successful early on with the gank. I love that nice play.
Love the planning, love the authority, but Clone immediately answering deep into the bot side, taking the enemy Raptors, but a Regan
and Crispy. This is a deep dive here. Crispy is very low. Agateo and Yoni are going to look to turn this in. Ooh, so much return damage. Noxus definitely winning out on that trade. Let's look at Clone here as Minty might find the Yorick on the engage, and the Ghoul is going to give away his position. He actually, I think, completely got away, but the Ghoul is spotted out, so
will just be a Raptor steal at the end of the day to answer the Aztec flash engage topside. And I want to point out, this is the first time we've really seen that much of, or definitely this early on, the punish on Karpewski's Ignite teleport top for the Nautilus. He likes to go for that Nautilus top and then play with the depth charge and go for that push in.
And they dash in. They find the stun, a counter dash in. Agatha will have to barrier flash out. Yoni now potentially in a lot of trouble, still has flash, is going to hold on to it. A Reganin with the Killer Instinct himself. It's not the Kaisa with it, it's the Oreganon this time, but he will just whiff. And so Agateo and Yoni will live to see one more day. That would have been the third kill in the Feats of Warfare.
Yep, it would have been 1 kill left for Targon to pick up the kills for the feats. And still 0 kills on the board for Noxus, looking for an opening. And based on what we've seen so far, I'm really watching the mid lane for level 6 and looking for Starling to try to go in for an all-in onto this Lux pick.
Yeah, I usually when I see Fizz, especially in solo queue, I see Fizz take Ignite. So the teleport here, a little bit more team focused. Maybe believing that she can find the solo kill without it. Doesn't need the Ignite to get the kill. So
yeah, lane stabilizing in mid after that early action, but still a nice advantage over to Starling. That teleport still available for both laners, but the waves are going her way. And early pings down now onto the Dragon, so both teams, it's 5 minutes in, the Dragon is up, we're going to be considering that. And still a few minutes left to go before the Grubs enter the scene.
Yeah, and we see the Gold Swing, it's come back a little bit. It was 600 or so for Targon, but Noxus with the CS leads in their lanes able to even it up a little bit. So both of them just about to crest 8K. As we're 5.5 minutes into game number 2. And yeah, Targon gonna be looking to continue to find things, but no flash on Sejuani has stalled things out a little bit. Okay, Chaffle's pushing the pressure down again. Nice little sidestep from Karpusky to get out of the critical region.
Clone starting up this Dragon with a pink ward. And we can see the Aztecs on the top side of the map trying to look for some engage to the top with Chaffles. It's a 2v1 under the tower. They pick up the aggro, they pick up the wave, but nothing able to be gained so far as the Dragon goes down.
The Arctic assaults over the wall while there's one caster minion. Just not quite the timing there. I think Chaffles did have it pushed in and lined up, but they don't sync it up, and so it is instead wasted time and a wasted gank.
Starling
and that is basically Dragon guaranteed.
And then flashes over the light binding, but just decides it's a little too deep. They can see that Aztec's moving over and don't want to go for that dive. Minty just too much HP left. So Dragon, it took a long time to finish, but Clone managed to do it completely uncontested. As Aztec goes for the failed dive on the top side, they decide to walk away from it.
We do see that Crispy and Oreganon are a little bit ahead on XP. There's a big, big deal here as level 6 is about to be procced and both junglers are bot side. We could see a massive rumble if Targon is able to hit level 6 shortly here. Still very close
for both teams on this bot side. We've got the junglers in the region. Both of them still level 5, should be getting level 6 anytime now as these camps start to respawn. So Clone moving to the top side.
And they're going to look level 6. The double stun finds it onto both Yoni and Agateo. Nice dodge through to actually not take the W damage from the Kaisa. Here's the ultimate out from Crispy as level 6 does come through. Flash out from Yoni, but there's no flash anymore from Agateo, and he will drop as another, it's 2 kills for the Taric. Oreganon he's getting fed on the Taric.
Yeah, feeling good on this pick as they go back in. Crispy moving to the front side.
Yeah, I mean,
Clone's
not level 6, more. And Crispy can just dash over the wall. Look at these ghouls in, but a massive barrier comes through. Look at that shielding, and it's 2 more kills, 5-0. And Targon
once a piece, gonna be walking down, but no. Targon stands incredibly strong on the bot side. They say bring it on, and they kill 3 on their own, bringing us to 5-0 in game 2.
Crispy had a fantastic lane phase in game 1, but things just got away from him there as it went into the mid game. Here again, early on in game 2, showing up. Crispy playing really well. Unfortunately, Oreganon picking up 3 of the kills. You'd really love those to go onto the carry for your team. So that is a pain point. But here we go onto the Void Grubs here.
1 picked up now by Targon. The other 2 going down quickly after they were scouted by Noxus, but just soon as they decide to walk away, Targon's going to grab all 3 of these.
Yeah, I mean, I think York needs to get Maiden out before can really continue to fight. Definitely a scaling pick. Something that I want to see come out. And Oreganon is on the roam. Yoni is still down here in the bot lane, something that is pretty consistent. So Arctic Assault now in onto Karpewski. The depth charge will land onto the Chaffles, but here comes the Facebreaker, and it's a flash out. You're the showstopper, and so much damage. And Chaffles picks up another. Targon up 6-0.
Showstopper's a
Crispy
good
in now
ward for it.
onto Agateo. The stun will land. He's trying to dodge it out, but look at, here's the ultimate in from the from the Nyla. They win the trade. They don't find the kill, but that is a good trade. So
Yeah, back over, we have another engage on the top side. We're trying for it again. We have a teleport channeled out immediately. They must have been spotted. Aztec and Shuffles are waiting in the bush, and Clone walks into them. He's dropped to 200 HP. The Haymaker over the top.
Oh, massive shutdown, and they get the dude. Karpewski's a menace.
Don't ever
They
dive
find
that man.
Zulu.
He is a menace. You're right. Don't
Starling
ever
is here.
enter the
Starling
range
is
of
here.
the tower.
Look for the Chum the Waters. This could be big. They might just go in onto Oregon. Beautiful flash out from Oregon. This will buy them some time. Crispy, nice spacing there, but Oregon baited out the ability. Nice play there out of the Taric to not give over the shutdown. And they look instantly for the turn. Look at this.
Starling
they pull
turning around
Starling back.
again.
They're buying so much time.
Yep, there's vision. They know that she's over here trying to clear out this tri-brush, but Clone is in mid, making sure that there's not too much of a punish. That gold's still being collected. Gotta be able to rotate out now. Great play out of Oregon managing to flash over that Chum the Waters. Not sure it would have connected even with a straight walk, but definitely with the flash over. That's the second Chum the Waters down now, and gonna be looking to connect to those because it would really be nice for Fizz to be able to get some snowballing going at this point in the game. 6-2 on the scoreboard, and Targon are looking like they're going to be in the driver's seat for quite a while.
Really hard for the Fizz to play a pivotal role in the game if you don't find early kills. Kind of something that we talk about with Nocturne as well, is how important those first couple ultimates are. That's the case for any assassin, right? And Fizz is no different here. So a nice CS lead when we check out the gold, about 500 up. But you know, yeah, you'd love to have one or maybe even two kills at this point with those ultis. So we'll see if they're able to, if Starling is able to find some good damage and some good fights, or if they start to teeter out here, as they are level 9. So it could be a big team fight here as Dragon is spawned, Cloud Drake is up.
Some vision in the
Targon's
area
committing
for both teams.
a lot of effort onto it.
Looks like we're going to have Noxus approaching from the bot side. Karpewski does not have teleport available, so it's going to be a 4v5 if they do choose to engage. Chum the Waters is available, and Starling could engage from the top side of this fight. 3 from Noxus on the bot side, but the Dragon is secured for Targon. They bring 5, and they manage to, and they secure it.
Yeah, and Targon with a decisive play there. Instead of teleporting into the fight, they walk Chaffles down and they'll teleport him topside. And so that guarantees that they have the numbers advantage, that guarantees the positioning, and it gives them that dragon. So they said, you know, look, you got first dragon, you're not getting any more. We're committing players down here. Oregon is looking, but Clone is there. Yeah, and again, but they've got the ward in Tribrush. They see him. They know that he's there, and great vision from Oreganon and the side of the Targon
Titans. Not standing on vision, but actually only the Maiden is on vision there. But that's enough intel. They know to back away. Maiden giving him away. Can't trust that lady.
They saw him walk through, but yeah, but then they saw the Maiden just.
That's the only thing they could have seen though, Jax. It's the Maiden is there. It's the only way. As we have a roam down to the bot side, Aztec walking through a pinked up bush, now on vision as Noxus try to run away. There is no flash out from the
Dazzle. The Dazzle got used, but for some reason the partnership did not. Crispy's Dazzle did not proc there. So
Oregon did not have it connected
just miss.
to Crispy.
Yeah. Okay, Starling looking for something. It's a bit of an engage. Dazzle is going to miss again. Crispy continuing to find lots of width damage. Apotheosis comes through, but it's a nice counter ulti from Crimson Yoni. And Noxus will just back that one out. It's a support ulti for AD ulti. Targon is certainly in control of the way that the lane works, but look at Agateo's farm. Up about 11 right now.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because this gold lead is still... It's within 200 gold of each other, and it's 6-2 on the scoreboard. So all of these kills, and Targon are still barely up in gold.
Yeah, definitely important factors. You know, Karpewski, again, receiving a lot of attention topside, but able to find the farm Starling has done a great job in a melee into ranged matchup to be ahead quite a bit, actually. So yeah, pretty impactful, ways to find gold here. Chaffles continue. Look at this. I mean, down in farm, but definitely up in pressure, and it's the same bot side for Targon. They just need to continue to find some of this gold. Crimson Yoni
Why is Clone just standing
with
in
the
mid here?
Mega Fire Kick. Clone is on the way into this, and Starling could collapse. It's going to be 4 of them bot side as Chum the Waters lands onto Oregano. Oregano will flash out after it hits, and no follow-up damage will come through. So teleporting for Minty just to be a little defensive, but yeah, it's a 4-player bot side dive, and Targon walks it out.
Minty was just standing mid for a little bit, like at the tier 2 before that fight. I'm not sure what happened there, but they still managed to reset and get a TP out. They're here to back up the team, but I think the team wants to spread back out. I think as Lux, I'm really looking to make sure I'm keeping that wave pushed, punish Fizz for going for these roams, and try to help out my team. Of course, if the Fizz manages to get to the roams and then picks up kills, you're going to be crying alone in your lane while your team falls. But we have pings down onto the top side. We're getting the Herald out. Targon taking proactive steps, but Noxus is looking to answer.
There's no Chum the Waters here. They already have the Maiden. It's going to be an instant flash from Chaffles that goes straight in onto Clone, and Clone is obliterated. He does not exist. He is 0-2-2. He's had a rough start to this match so far. Really decisive play there as Chaffles just, as soon as he sees the Yorick, flashes onto him.
Yeah, but it looks like they might be sniffing out for more Karpewski in the top side. He does not have vision, but they know they're here. And okay, Targon decided to back off on the play. Aztec showing him what for, just giving him a little heads up on the back out. Oh no, he's looking for his Heartsteel stacks. That's what he's doing.
That's true. He didn't get it though. He got the skill. He hit him with the skill, but I think they want to finish tower here. Tower would be big, and this is first tower taken, so that's first tower, and they got the first 3 kills, so that is objectives, even though they already got, I guess they already had the objective, so that's feats of strength. Chappell's potentially stuck in the box here. Clone on a nice turn. Showstopper in onto Clone, and the beautiful flash over the wall as the Haymaker will miss. Karpewski follow-up hook lands onto the right target. Look at the damage coming through as both of them, and it's another outplay as Clone and Karpewski turn it in the 2v2. What a play here. Karpewski, so like every play that this guy's involved in is going his way. What a gameplay. Like, what a player, dude.
Yeah, he's going for that Leandri's first. His Nautilus is not finding the most prio, but the farm is here and the advantage is apparent. There's a Bork out early from this set, but he still takes quite a bit of damage, and Clone very nearly pops and saved by that clutch flash over the wall, because otherwise that Haymaker would have been the end. Crispy's running forward, but the Dazzle's not quite timed to match. Clone's starting up the dragon again.
Oh, Agateo trying to turn things around. The
Instant
relentless
TP.
pursuit in. Ulti's coming out. Defensive ultimates through here. They're going to look for a stun. What a sidestep there. As Exhaust will go down onto Chaffles, and Yoni and Agateo will walk it out. They get away. So we've got numbers down here. Karpewski is topside, no teleport. Oh, it's a steal from Aztec on the Clone. The passive will come through, followed up by the Dazzle. Clone will drop here, and it is picked up by Minty. And Targon, they want to take this fight. They do have big numbers advantage. I mean, massive steal from Aztec, because Noxus was early on that.
Lightbind connects,
Oh,
flash
nice
out of
ult, yeah.
Yoni to get away from that after burning the ultimate. There's 3 here from Targon playing together, but there's also Starling on the flank trying to find more. Chum the Waters on cooldown, flash available, but probably not enough
And
damage.
it's a dash in. A nice little playful trickster, but the Apotheosis is through, catches Starling out. Starling tries to flash out, it isn't enough. Agateo tries to turn and burn, but the stuns come through, and Targon finds 2. Look at that! The flash bind ulti predict from Minty. That was sexy, as Targon is going to hard turret dive. They will find a 3rd, as Yoni will drop. Targon, massive plays there. I love this turnaround play from Targon. 11-4.
God, we're on game 2, but I'm already drooling for more. This series is delivering. Targon versus Noxus, blow for blow. They're trading back and forth, and they're not afraid to leave it on the battlefield. Clone trying to scale up on this Yorick pick, but he's dealing a lot of damage, but taking so much more in a lot of these engagements. And I love the flash forward ult out of Minty Bun to finish the play.
I was
Noxus.
throwing the ult before the binding landed. Oh, that was the confidence. So sexy. I love that. Okay, so 2 dragons now. We do see 3 minutes on the next one, so a little bit of stalling out could happen. That, you know, the Otacon's going to be bot side. I'm not sure if we're going to see a big brawl for it in 30 seconds, but we know these teams love to fight each other, so anything could happen here. I'd love to see some itemization come through, as I'm sure Minty has quite a bit of gold in. Well, actually, no. It's Chapels and Aztec with golden pockets, so see what happens here. Karpuski just permanently side laning. Up about 40 farm now because Chapels is grouped up for the team
I don't
fight.
know what Targon's doing here. We have all 5 in the bot side. The Otacon is spawning.
I mean, it's up in 5 seconds.
We
so
have
this could just be a
teleport
hard
available
commit.
for Lux, and it's just late to rotate over to the top side to answer.
Yep, Karpuski gets about half a tower for free here, but they're straight in onto it. So here's the teleport in from Karpuski, counter teleport from Minty. So it is used
Vision
out, and the
available for
Otacon's
both
down
teams.
to... Oh, let's watch how this goes. We need to look for Karpuski on the side. We'll look for the hook in. It's down to 3,500. Showstopper out onto Clone. We'll find, but Karpuski's in on the side. So much CC coming through as Chapels will continue to lift Karpuski's down. Targon gets the objective of flash out as the Glacial Prison lands. Ultimates across 3. The Apotheosis in. Agateo, nothing he can do as Crispy will find a double kill. Bashes forward. It's a triple kill. And Targon, 4 for 0. And the objective. They win the fight.
Huge play out of Targon. They managed to get everything in a breadbasket off the back of this play, and they're looking for 2 tier 2s as well. Karpuski's managed to find a lot of side pressure in the top side, but the other 2 lanes stand strong, and now Targon turn it onto Noxus, even tanking up this tower to get the finish.
And really impressive plays. We talked about how impressive Agateos Kaisa was all last year. And he's 0-3-0 on perhaps his best champion. So big,
Crispy
big
came to play
decisive
today.
plays.
I think this might be the best performance we've seen out of Crispy during a lane phase all season long, and what a better time to hit it than semifinals of playoffs. Bringing you the action. Game 2 is hype. We're only 3 dragons into this one. We went 6 dragons deep, 7 if you count Elder last match. But Targon are in the driver's seat handily now, even with the CS advantage that Noxus was able to build for themselves. It's a 6,000 gold lead on the table.
I want to take 5 seconds to ask you a hypothetical. Do you think that they're less confident in this roster setup when they have Starling mid and Clone in jungle? Do you think that the swap is playing any effect in this game here?
I don't think the swap is playing a huge effect in this game, but I do think going for this Yorick pick is greedy. You're really a scaling jungler, even though you can put out some damage in the early levels. You're looking to get to 2 items before you really have a mix of damage and survivability. And Targon are looking for another kill up here on the top side. Karpuski's going to have a mountain to climb to try to escape here. Death charge out, trying to hook away, but the cancel.
I mean, and just great play here all around. They should give this over. It goes over to Aztec. It looks like Maiden. Clone is Maidenless, both in game and IRL. And it looks like Targon is going to ping down onto the 3rd dragon for them. It will be another Mountain Drake. And yeah, Chapels trying to even up, still down about 40 farm. They've given Karpuski a ton of this side lane farm, but
yep, I do love making sure to punish when somebody doesn't have flash on their kit. It really makes them a lot easier to pick off in these side lane ganks. They don't have a way to escape, and they just make sure to bring it home. Targon are just looking dominant in game 2. They're pushing in their side lanes right now. They have a strong vision line, only 2 wards available in the top side for Noxus, so they're going to look to try to reset that. And no objective spawning for quite a while. We've got 4 minutes to Dragon, 2 minutes to Baron, so that'll be the next one to watch out for.
Starling with a playful trickster in, but look, oh my goodness, the Bork damage that came through there. It's only 1 completed item, but Chapel's essentially shredded through the fizz there. Karpewski is going to try and look, but it's Aztec in on the side. The flash through doesn't actually connect on anything, but the ultimate across, and that is already one down. And Chappels with the showstopper on the back finds Agateo, and he will go down. A beautiful find from Oregon onto both. The teleporting from Starling, but the playful trickster instantly out. Finds the stun. Starling has to flash away. One more. It's a triple kill as Crispy and Targon find 4 more. And Noxus, the base is falling apart.
Yep, game 1, Noxus managed to bring it home, but Targon are looking much cleaner in game 2 than Noxus was in game 1. It was a knockdown, drag out game 1.
5 down in. Clone, it's an ace. And the Targon Titans will bounce back. We've got a series. We're getting extra games. It's 1-1.
That's right. Congrats to Targon. Thank you so much for bringing us a little more of this action. And game 2 goes your way. Can't wait to see the side selection. How's the draft going to iterate for this next one? But soon get pulled back in, and I'm going to cut us to a break before we bring it to the draft.
What a game. What a series.
Don't go anywhere.
Let's go.
Be here for the next one. We're getting to game 3.